Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the late night edition of the Cricket Happening show as usual on Saturday with your host Ram. Well, on this particular Cricket Happening show, well, I'm going to start off with some great news from the Asia Cup today, where there was an upset of sorts created as Afghanistan definitely made history by defeating Bangladesh in the fifth match of the Asia Cup today here at the Khan Sahib Osman Ali Stadium in Fatullah, where Afghanistan beat the host Bangladesh by 32 runs. What a match we had there, and I'll be talking about that. So congratulations to Afghanistan. One thing that I would like to talk about Afghanistan is that Afghanistan in their fourth match, they are just playing their fourth match against Afghanistan is treated like an associate nation, and they are playing Bangladesh, which is a genuine test nation. And in fact, in their fourth match itself, I'm sure that should be a sort of a record. In the fourth match itself, where they were playing the ICC test nations, have actually got their first victory under their belt. This is their first victory. As you know, they have been participating in T20 World Cup, and as you know, they have also qualified. And one could definitely understand the reason, why they have qualified for the 2015 World Cup in Australia and New Zealand, also for the T20 World Cup here. But let me tell you, Afghanistan played a brand of cricket which was absolutely wonderful to see. And as I said, I'm sure the Afghanistan would be joyous. In fact, it was very good to see the Afghanistan. I thought it was the president there, or Prime Minister, who actually, Hamid Karzai, actually congratulating the Afghanistan captain. It was good to see that they are encouraging cricket. And let me tell you, this was a game where I will be speaking about. So the main focus will be lying on this game between Afghanistan and Bangladesh on this cricket show of mine. The other thing that we are going to look at is, and also we are going to look at Australia today, putting up a very good score, driven by a David Warner century and a painstaking 92 by Michael Clarke after being hit all over the body by Morne Morkel, who bowled in a at furious pace, and also he was getting the ball to really he was really making the ball talk. And Michael Clarke, the Australian captain, survived till stumps at 92. Definitely, I know he has. The good thing about it is that there's been a lot of talk about his form, but here he is. He has definitely hit form at the right time for Australia. And Australia were placed in a very pretty manner at close of play on the first day of the final Test match here against South Africa at Newlands in Cape Town at 331 for 3. Well, and then we'll also look at the first one-day international between West Indies and England, which was played yesterday, where the heroics of Darren Sammy and Dwayne Bravo actually took West Indies from 45 for 5 in the 16th over to a score of 269 for 6, which was a wonderful effort. And then England, well, they're definitely on course, but definitely lost their way into the middle stages, even though Michael Lumb, on his debut, making a century, on his one-day international debut, making a century, even though he made 106 of 117 balls, England couldn't really take it through against West Indies, and West Indies prevailing in that match by a margin of 15 runs. So I'll be talking about that, and tomorrow we all know the Titanic clash is about to begin, and I can't really wait to watch it in the Asia Cup. India versus Pakistan. The Titanic clash is going to be played tomorrow, and it is going to be played at Mirpur, and I'm sure the ground is going to be chock-a-block, no doubt about that. And what a match that is going to be. So what I'm going to do, as I said, the focus is going to be on the fifth match of the Asia Cup between Bangladesh and Afghanistan. As you know, Afghanistan, this was their maiden entry into the Asia Cup, and what a performance they gave, a brilliant performance. In fact, just talking about the way Afghanistan played, it all started with Bangladesh actually winning the toss against Afghanistan and electing to insert Afghanistan into bat. Well, Afghanistan definitely didn't have it all their way as far as the starting stages were concerned, where they lost wickets at regular intervals. In fact, they were reduced at one stage to 90 for 5 by Bangladesh, and 90 for 5 in the 27th over. and after that, look at what happened. A record partnership between Asghar Stanikzai, who started off in a very sedate fashion but opened up towards the end, contributing an unbeaten 90 runs, his highest in this form of the game in one-day internationals, 90 of 103 balls with 6 fours and 3 sixes, and Stanikzai Shenwari playing an aggressive knock of 81 of 69 balls with 10 fours and 1 six, combining into a very good partnership. Look at what they did. From 90 for 5, both these batsmen took Afghanistan to a score of 254 for 6 of their 50 overs. And if you look at the partnership, this partnership it was something which really paved the way for an Afghanistan victory, because in the initial stage they were really struggling with Bangladesh. I'll be talking about that, but from 90 for 5, it essentially meant a 164-run partnership for the sixth wicket, which enabled Afghanistan to reach 254. Now, just as I said, I have a lot of things to cover, so I wouldn't be able to go into greater detail. In fact, Mohammad Shahzad was out for 2. Karim Sadiq made only 12 runs with 1 6. Najbullah Zadran was out for 21 of 36 balls with 2 fours. And then Navroz Mangal was run out for 24 of 33 balls. Mohammad Nabi, the captain, was out for 7. And that was the time it looked like Afghanistan, Bangladesh were, the spinners were actually taking the wickets. If you know, Arafat Sani took 2 wickets, then Mominul Haq took 1 wicket. Rubel Hussain gave them the breakthrough by trapping Mohammad Shahzad, LBW. And looking at the score, 90 for 5 in the 27th over, who would have thought that Afghanistan would put up a 164-run partnership, and that too, this is the maiden entry into the Asia Cup. And look at the way they played. This really says a lot about Afghanistan, what they are made of. They are made of steel, according to me, and they will be playing, as you know, they have already qualified for the 2000. That will be the maiden entry into the, as far as the one-day internationals are concerned, the 2015 50 overs international World Cup will be played in Australia and New Zealand. Let me tell you, no team can take them lightly now, and this has definitely sounded a sort of a warning for all the teams, especially now with the T20 World Cup coming up, and also for the 2015 World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Now, and also I have to really commend the ICC or the Asia Cricket Council, I would say ACC, for really this time including Afghanistan into the mix of the Asia Cup, and it was very good of them, and really Afghanistan has proved a great point here by defeating Bangladesh, and that too, remember that Bangladesh are the hosts of this Asia Cup 2014, and Afghanistan have hit Bangladesh very hard by winning by 32 runs. So just talking about the game, from 90 for 5, the score, as I said, Asghar Stanikzai, who was very guilty against Pakistan, is now played very slowly, but over here too, he definitely improved on that. He was really rotating the strike, but then he had not hit a score for almost 74 balls. And Stanikzai Shenwari, on the other hand, was very strokeful. If you look at his knock, he made 81 of 69 balls with 10 fours and 1 6. So that really gives you an inkling as to how Stanikzai Shenwari played. And let me tell you, both these players, I would say it was a real professional approach from Afghanistan by putting on this 164-run partnership. They really waited, and and look at what they did in the last 10 overs. They knew that wickets were in hand. First they did the repair job, which started in the 27th over and went till the 40th over, and then the fireworks started. Once the 40th over was over, the next 10 overs was all Afghanistan's, as 107 runs were racked of the Bangladeshi bowling, and this is what it can do. This is also a lesson, as you know, always when you have wickets in hand, then it becomes very easy to really go and slog the bowlers in the slog overs, and that's what precisely Afghanistan did, to put up a score of 254 for 6 of 50 overs, which in the end proved a very good winning score for them. As I said, Asghar Stanikzai contributing an unbeaten 90 of 103 balls with 6 fours and 3 sixes. Stanikzai Shenwari contributing 81 of 69 balls with 10 fours and 1 6. They went on to a record partnership as far as the 6th wicket is concerned, as far as Afghanistan in one-day internationals is concerned. And well, looking at the bowling, Rubel Hussain continued to I will be talking about Bangladesh. I said the focus is on Bangladesh and Afghanistan. Rubel Hussain, 10 overs, no maiden, 1 for 61. Always he leaks runs, as you know. Abdul Razzaq, 10 overs, no maiden, 57. They definitely had some problems because they were already crippled, as you know, without Shakibul Hassan and Tamim Iqbal. And then Sohail Ghazi today couldn't do much. In fact, it was very sad to see Sohail Ghazi bowl 3 balls and go away. And even as far as batting was concerned, he came as number 11. So that definitely, because of that injury, that really, I thought that really hit Bangladesh hard, because Sohail Ghazi is a contributor with both bat and ball, and he couldn't bowl. And then they had to, settle on to the likes of Mominul Haq, but I thought Mominul Haq bowled well, 10 overs, 38 runs on 1 wicket. Ziaur Rahman, 7 overs for 39. Nasir Hussain, 2.3 overs, no maiden, none for 8. Arafat Sunny always continues to impress, 10 overs, no maiden, 2 for 44. Now, as far as Bangladesh were concerned, they had a very dismal start. Both the openers were packed to the pavilion, with Shapur Zadran, the left-arm pace bowler, bowling with lots of pace and hitting the timber of first he picked up the wicket of Shamsur Rahman by hitting the timber of Shamsur Rahman, who was dismissed for a duck. It was a very good sight to see a pace bowler coming in and disturbing the stumps and seeing the stumps start failing. So that is the pace that the bowler possesses, and Shamsur Rahman was walking for a duck. And after that, the other opener, Anamul Haq, was claimed by Hamid Hassan, who played in this game, and Hamid Hassan came in and had Anamul Haq LBW for 1, and suddenly Bangladesh were 2 for 1. After that, it was a brief revival being done by Mushfiqur Rahim, the Bangladeshi captain, along with Mominul Haq. Mominul Haq continued to impress with his very good attractive strokes on through the offside. Mushfiqur Rahim also was playing well. In fact, Mominul Haq was the one who was doing the scoring, and Mushfiqur Rahim was actually playing second fiddle. And everything was going on well for slowly. It looked like Bangladesh was slowly getting out of that situation, and that was the time Mushfiqur Rahim was declared LBW, bowled Mohammad Nabi for 23 of 42 balls with 1-4. That made the score 69 for 3. And then 169 for 3, and when Mushfiqur Rahim went away, the innings really fell away, because they lost Mominul Haq after contributing, making his 50. Was bowled by Stanikzai Shenwari for 50 of 72 balls, 6 fours. And then Nasir Hussain came in, and Nasir Hussain was dropped 4 times by the Afghanistan Afghanistan fielders. After that, such a charmed life he lived, and finally his contribution was 41 of 60 balls with 1-4 and 1-6. Naeem Islam contributed 35 of 51 balls with 2 fours, and suddenly 165 for 6, and then 165 for 6 and Naeem Islam departed. But all the main batsmen were all gone, and Afghanistan definitely sensed a chance here with Ziaur Rahman there. And suddenly, at the time when probably Afghanistan were thinking that they could completely clear up the tail pretty quickly, that is the time some fireworks were there. And suddenly at 165, there was at the score of 165, 3 wickets fell I would say in pretty good succession. Like you could say in a matter of just 12 balls, they had 3 wickets falling, with Naeem Islam being dismissed for 35. Abdul Razzaq was out for a duck. Arafat Sunny was out for a duck, and suddenly it looked like there's going to be that Bangladesh were going to be were absolutely out of this match. But Ziaur Rahman, as you know, he has the potential of being a big hitter. He has done very well in the Bangladesh domestic circuit. Really showed that what a big hitter he can be by really clubbing some big sixes. In fact, he was the one suddenly started giving hope to Bangladesh with a quick fire knock of 41 of just 22 balls with 4 fours and 3 sixes. But Ziaur Rahman definitely went down fighting, and then the task proved absolutely impossible, because when Ziaur Rahman was there, I would say Bangladesh definitely had hope. But definitely Ziaur Rahman showed his hitting capability in this particular match, but he was claimed by Mohammad Nabi for 41, and that was it. After that, Rubel Hussain tried to resist as much as possible. In fact, he also tried to do whatever he can, but in the end it was Afghanistan who prevailed. as Rubel Hussain was dismissed to the pavilion, out for 17 of the bowling of Mohammad Nabi, and Sohail Ghazi. As I said, that was the very weak point for Bangladesh, because Sohail Ghazi couldn't bowl, and then he also couldn't contribute to the bat. He came as number 11. Normally Sohail Ghazi is considered a genuine all-rounder because he already has centuries under his belt, as you know, in international cricket, but Sohail Ghazi was not out on 2, and Bangladesh were all out for 222, thus giving Afghanistan not only the maiden victory in the Asia Cup, but also in fact, Afghanistan has become the associate nation which has got a victory under the belt in just 4 matches. Internationally, they have played 4 test nations, and in 4 matches, in the 4th match itself, while playing an ICC test nation, they have got a victory under the belt. So congratulations to Afghanistan, and I just don't have words to say what a performance from Afghanistan. And one thing I would like to tell you, that Bangladesh also contributed to their own discomfiture here, because their fielding, their ground fielding was ranked bad, their catching was absolutely dismal, and they were really going all over the place when Afghanistan were batting, and Stanikzai and Shenwari definitely piled down the pressure with their wonderful batting. Let's look at the bowling card as far as the Afghanistan bowlers were concerned. Afghanistan, Shapur Zadran bowling with lots of pace, 8 overs no maiden, 39 runs and 2 wickets. Hamid Hassan coming in, not only bowling with lots of pace, but also picking up wickets and bowling in a very economical manner. 6.1 overs no maiden, 26 runs, 1 maiden, 26 runs and 2 wickets. Karim Sadiq bowled 2 overs for 9. Mirwaiz Ashraf today was really a bit costly, 9 overs for 51 runs and 1 wicket. Mohammad Nabi, the captain and the off-spinner, 9.4 overs no maiden, 44 runs and 3 wickets. Hamza Kotak also bowled as economically as he did against Pakistan, 7 overs no maiden, none for 24. And Stanikzai Shenwari, 6 overs no maiden, 1 for 23, was declared man of the match because of his all-round exploits, first with the bat and then with the ball. So Afghanistan have taken 4 points. They were just, I think, they just lost the chance of taking a bonus point. And Afghanistan, as I said, I can just, I'm sure the Afghanistan fans would be dancing, and they have definitely a great day to celebrate with Afghanistan defeating, the first time they have defeated an ICC nation, one of the ICC nations, and that too they have done this in their 4th match, and I think that should be a record. No associate nation, probably even Bangladesh, have not done that, and that should be probably a record. So once again, congratulations to Afghanistan for playing an aggressive brand of cricket for which they have always been known for. Well, so from here, and tomorrow, as you know, in the Asia Cup, we have the titanic clash coming in between India and Pakistan. I can only say one thing, that as far as any big matches are concerned, even though Pakistan are the defending champions of the Asia Cup, they have this is going to be a good match. It's going to be an interesting tussle, but I don't think I would have time to actually do a preview of that. I would have loved to, but unfortunately I wouldn't be able to. But let's look on for the next match now. As far as the test match is concerned, this is Australia versus South Africa. Today was the first day of the 3rd test match, which was played at the Newlands in Cape Town. As you know, the series is level at 1-1, and the 3rd test match is something of great importance. Today Australia were the ones who won the toss and elected to bat. They decided to drop Peter Siddle because they felt that he's been lacking pace, and they decided to opt for James Pattinson, who bowls with a lot of pace. Now for Australia, well, I could only say they finished off on a very good high of 30-31 for 3 wickets. Just talking about it, the feature was David Warner going on to make a century, 135 runs with 12 fours and 1 6. Chris Rogers contributed 25 of 41 with 4 fours, and there were definitely lots of partnership. In fact, definitely Australia had 3 good partnerships. One between first with Rogers and Warner, then we had Warner and Doolan, and then it was Warner and Clarke. So Doolan contributed 20 of 3 fours, but Michael Clarke, let me talk about Michael Clarke. Now from 217 for 3, the partnership started really once Warner was gone for 135 with 12 fours and 1 6. Michael Clarke was really tested by Moni Morkel by hitting him on all parts of the body. Hit him on his rib cage, he hit him on his elbow, on his arm, also on his jaw, and he definitely needed physical attention. And Morkel was definitely on the money today, and he really troubled Michael Clarke. But Michael Clarke, let me tell you, He stood over there. He bravely weathered the Monet Morkel onslaught. And Monet Morkel, as you know, he's been pretty unlucky. If you look at his bowling figures, I said he didn't have any wicket to his name. But I also told you in the last match also that Monet Morkel was bowling with furious pace, getting the ball to bounce because of his height, and he was making life very difficult for the batsman, especially for Michael Clarke. That was a real battle, absolute battlefield out there, with Michael Clarke being hit on all the parts of the anatomy. But still Michael Clarke survived towards the close of play. And not only that, he has also I would say he has also shut a lot of people, because what he has done, he has not only played this painstaking knock of an unbeaten 92 with 9 fours to his credit, but what he has done, he has also run into some form with this knock of 92, and this will do him I would say a world of good now. And Stephen Smith was along with him, who went on to his 50 before close of play. So he had an unbeaten 50 with 6 fours and 1 6, and Australia finishing off on a very strong note on the first day of the third test match here at Newlands in Cape Town at 331 for 3. Looking at the bowling figures, well, definitely South Africa had their problems today with Dale Steyn. Dale Steyn couldn't really come and do anything. In fact, Dale Steyn was injured, so he couldn't really come and bowl his quota of overs. In fact, he bowled only 10.1 overs, as you would see. One on Philander, 19 overs, 2 minutes, 1 for 66. Morkel, 17.5 overs, 2 minutes, 1 for 69. Duminy bowled 1 for 37. Kyle Abbott played in this game. He bowled 17 overs, 5 minutes, 1 for 52. Elgar bowling 15 overs for 63. And Australia finishing off very, very strongly on stumps on day 1 against South Africa in the final test. So from here, a very brief peek, I would say, at the first one-day international. As you know, 3 one-day international series have started between West Indies and England yesterday, and the first match was played at North Sound in Antigua, and West Indies and England. So West Indies were really struggling at one stage after batting first against England with the score on 45 for 4, and then then they have contributions from Lendy Simmons. But what was more important was that from 153 for 5 in the 40th over, the score swelled to 269 thanks to a punishing partnership between Dwayne Bravo contributing an unbeaten 87 of 91 balls with 8 fours and 1 6. Darren Sammy contributing 61 of 36 balls, 5 fours and 4 sixes. A blitzkrieg from Darren Sammy, and 269 for 6 of their 50 overs. Bowling figures, I'm not going to get into that, but just generally telling you that Joe Root bowled 9 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 47. Broad bowled 6 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 35. Bresnan was the costliest, 3 for 68. Treadwell, the off spinner, was very, very economical, 10 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 23, giving away nothing away. And for England yesterday, there were 2 debutants. One was Moeen Ali, the left-arm spinner. He's also an all-rounder, as you know. He bowled 6 overs, 1 maiden, 1 for 25. It was pretty impressive. Chris Jordan bowled 9 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 67. And for England, yesterday they had 2 opening batsmen actually making their debut. In fact, Moeen Ali and Michael Lumb were the openers who actually, not only both of them were making the one-day international debut. And I was wondering, when was the last time that any 2 openers in a particular team had made their one-day international debut? Probably one has to dig into the records and find out that when was that this last happened. And for Michael Lumb, as you know, after a span of 40 years, there is a player from England. The last person who did it by making a debut, it was Dennis Amiss, the former batsman, former opening batsman for England, who actually, playing against Australia, was making his one-day international debut, and he scored a century. And here Michael Lumb has joined that quartet now, in the sense that he has joined that particular pack by actually making a century on his one-day international debut. 106 runs of 117 balls with 7 fours and 2 6. They gave a good start for England, I thought, by putting on 96 in 20 overs, 19.3 overs. Moeen Ali on his debut contributing 44 of 59 balls with 3 fours. Luke Wright made 1, and suddenly after that, once the partnership was given, but I thought, even though the good partnership was given by England, I thought England failed to capitalize. Luke Wright was out for 1. Joe Root contributed 37 of 48 balls with 2 fours. They found the spin a bit hard to handle of Sunil Narine. Ben Stokes was out for 5. Josh Butler contributing only 12 runs, and then it was really a task which was I would say became a bit impossible with Ravi Bopara not out 23 of 24 balls with no boundaries. He was not even able to hit one boundary, and Bresnan was not out on 14 of 19 balls. And I would say West Indies restricted England to 254 for 6, thus winning the first one-day international match here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium by 15 runs. Looking at the bowling, Jason Holder 4 overs went for 27. Ram Paul bowled 10 overs no maiden 1 for 53. Sunil Narine was the pick of the bowlers, 10 overs 1 maiden 2 for 36. Dwayne Bravo 10 overs 1 for 59. Sammy bowled 1 for 46 of his quota, and Dwayne Smith bowled 6 overs no maiden 1 for 30. And Dwayne Bravo of the West Indies was named man of the match for his all-round performance. But one thing that I would like to say, that the second one-day international is coming up. I think the second one-day international is going to be played tomorrow. Yes, it is going to be played tomorrow on 2nd of March at the same ground. All the matches are going to be played at the same ground in North Sound in Antigua. So, well, probably England will be hoping that they could level the series tomorrow against the West Indies. But one thing that I know this YouTube broadcast is going on for some time now, but unfortunately there's so much of cricket to cover that I just can't keep my eyes away from cricket. As I said, tomorrow is the titanic clash between India and Pakistan. As far as the current matches are concerned, we have seen that Pakistan definitely lost against India in the Champions Trophy, but as you know, after that there was a tournament which was played. I reckon it was that Pakistan coming to India, if I'm not wrong, where India were defeated by Pakistan on the Indian shores. So I think we should be having a great tussle of cricket, no doubt about it. As we all know, India-Pakistan matches are like real war there on the ground, and that is going to happen tomorrow in the Asia Cup. And well, I just can't wait to watch it. One thing I would like to say here is that like Pakistan, the Pakistan team is brimming with youth and confidence. India also have a lot of youth and confidence. So I think we are going to have a real good clash, because what is going to happen is it's a matter of which is the most youthful team which is going to prevail tomorrow. Because for India also now we have a lot of players who are actually coming up, just started, and they are totally growing, and we also see a certain pattern as far as Pakistan are concerned. So I think it's all a matter of seeing which country is going to prevail tomorrow in the India versus Pakistan clash, which is going to be happening at the Asia Cup in 2014 tomorrow. What a titanic clash that is going to be, because India and Pakistan, according to me, is absolute war there on the ground. Well, dear fans and subscribers, I don't have anything else to share. One thing I would like to say, your suggestions are coming. I'm really overawed by it. People are telling me that you should do audio podcasts. Well, keep your suggestions coming, dear fans and subscribers. I appreciate that. But the only thing what I would like to say, cricket does not pay me, but cricket is a passion. So basically, this cricket show which I am doing is purely for passion. So I will have to definitely find time from my home chores, my work chores, and then I come and do this cricket show. So unless and until the cricket show becomes a paid profession for me, well, I can do whatever anybody can say. But one thing I'll tell you, I am always open to suggestions. So please do suggest whatever you can. It's quite a possibility that I do know a gentleman who actually suggested an audio podcast. So I've just written to him and asked him as to how do I do an audio podcast. So he was suggesting that I should be including this Cricket Happening show as an audio podcast too. Why not? As far as I'm going to get more subscribers and I'm going to reach out to more people, why not? If you people are loving it, well, I am loving you, dear friends and subscribers, for everything that you do for this cricket show and whatever the contributions you are doing. Well, on this note, dear fans and subscribers, just telling you that tomorrow your host Ram will be back once again with a match report on the India versus Pakistan clash, and also on the second day's play between South Africa and Australia on the second day at Newlands in Cape Town. And also, if possible, if time permits, we will also have a cricket update on the England versus West Indies second one-day international, which is coming up tomorrow. And before I leave, one last thing, as definitely congratulations to Afghanistan for their maiden win in the Asia Cup 2014 against Bangladesh. Commiserations to Bangladesh. But one thing before I go, I should say, this is everything. For me, cricket matters a lot. Doesn't matter whether it is under 19, under 20, whatever the case may be. Cricket is something which is absolutely wonderful for me. It really amazes me. It really enlightens me. It excites me, and that's the reason I'm sharing this. Congratulations to South Africa for winning the under 19 World Cup today by defeating Pakistan. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show for today. See you all in my next Cricket Happening show, dear friends and subscribers. This is your host Ram signing off and saying good night.